Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells us all the fool is agitated even when he or she is inactive, whereas the wise man is not at all perturbed even when he or she is engaged in action. Pardon me for saying this, but I feel that Ashtavakra is referring to us all when he says that a fool is agitated. He feels that we, the mortals who identify ourselves with the mind body complex, are fools, and the 10% of the society who identifies itself with the soul is the wise person. Now we will go into it in detail. A fool. A fool is agitated even when he or she is not active. Kindly be honest enough to look at your own life. There have been several instances where you got agitated for nothing. How? If you were a student, you were agitated that you were not good in some subjects which never interested you because your talents lay elsewhere. After that, when you had to write an exam, you were agitated that, those subjects in which you had never studied, you will not be able to fare well. You pray that you will pass. In case you are a good student and you passed, you want that you should earn that much marks that will give you a leverage over others in profession or qualification or admission in other schools and colleges and courses. You are agitated because you feel that you are not qualified enough like the others to earn that many marks or those qualifications. There have been cases where a person wanted to become an engineer, but he had to study for medicine. There have been cases where a person wanted to become a doctor, but he or she was forced to study maths. Even in profession, you did not want to be interested in other subjects except the one that interested you, but yet there have been cases where people who were science students, very good in maths or physics or chemistry or engineering, were forced to become appraisers, asset appraisers in banks, and there were instances where doctors had to become actors and adjust to the society. There have been cases where accountants became auto drivers. I know of a boy who has a silver spoon in his mouth. He has got a very good flat in Bombay and he is living in the lap of luxury in Nasik. But yet, this guy is always agitated and ruining the day when he was born. He feels that this comfort and luxury will not last and that he will come back to the roads. Even very rich people who are born in a very rich, wealthy, affluent family and who have nothing to do remain agitated because their energy is being misused. Some are good and positive enough to do athletics, sports, bodybuilding, etc., and thus they exhaust themselves. But those who cannot do this get into bad company, drug addiction, alcoholism, and sooner or later they have psychiatric problems. They are all agitated because their energy is being misfired in a direction which they don't want it to go. You must have heard about time pass, affluent boys and girls who have nothing to do, who have got servants who will at their bidding at every drop of the hat are still agitated and try to find fault with everything just because they don't know what to do with the energy that is building within. If you don't have a job and you are unemployed, you are agitated that you don't have a job. If you get a job, you are agitated that it will be with you all your life. If you are not wealthy, you are agitated that you have to build a property or wealth. If you have already succeeded in doing that, you have the agitation or the fear of losing it or of the fact that others are envious of you. Thus, in this material world, everything is full of tension, worries, and fears. Every job, every qualification, every exam, everything has its own share of problems. Yes, it is quite possible that for a temporary period you may feel happy, but then the worries return sooner or later and nibble at your brain and your psyche. Unlike this, a self-realized soul has stopped living for himself or herself. He or she is of the impression that he or she was born here to carry out some assignment for God. In that case, he or she is not at all perturbed by the situation in which he or she is in. There is a proverb: God takes you into deep waters not to drown you but to clean you. Yes, it is quite possible that one who has come into spiritualism was once identifying with his or her mind-body complex and hence was also equally agitated as the others. But once that person became spiritual, many things began dawning on him or her. They now feel that God has some divine plans for him or her and that God is never wrong. These people would have been put through a lot of troubles, tensions, worries, fears, traumas, sorrows, failures, deprivations, etc. But all that was for the good. God had taken them into deep waters to clean them and to prepare them for giving them some assignment in future. These people are not at all perturbed when they have to do something which is not in their interest. Actually, these people have stopped living for themselves. Now they live only for God and for assignments from Him. Hence, they are happy in any situation where they have been put. They take up any job with gusto and try to do it as diligently as possible. Such people are rare. We all should emulate them and try to be like them. Swami Yogananda Paramhansa wanted to become a monk, but he was given the assignment to spread Kriya Yoga and he took it up diligently and with all the happiness, devotion, sincerity, and concentration as an another person who was interested in it. Though Swami Yogananda Paramhansa was not interested in it in the beginning, he became interested in it only later and he did wonders to his own life within 59 years. Thanks to him, Kriya Yoga is an international concept diligently followed by many in this humanity. We must emulate such very, very great people and hope that we take up any assignment from God diligently, gleefully, and with the focus, talent, and efficiency plus hard work that it asks for. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.